Our dad built these cabins from trees that he felled from this very spot, and then he crafted them into the most special tree houses. We spent our childhood here, coming to camp for a few nights, but accidentally staying for weeks or even months. Time always seems to stand still in this place, where all that is important is swimming, cooking on the fire, playing board games, collecting fallen macadamias, or paddling over to the mango and lychee trees. There's a passion fruit vine that drops its fruit straight into the water. It's the perfect snack to come across when you've been floating or swimming all day. We're two sisters, Julia and Anastasia, learning how to farm, build, and care for this land. Today we are moving into our little rainforest cabin by the lake for the summer. We're going to bring our sheep with us for company, as well as to eat the grass. No need for lawnmowers when you have fluffy sweethearts like these. Silkworm the lamb is so excited to join. We're going to clean out and set up the loft and the treehouse so we can stay here again as summer begins. But first, there's something more important. Cuddles with sweet silkworm. And magnolia and moth. Our dad also built this treehouse. It is made from the same pine that he felled, and the camphor laurel wood that the tree is built on. He cut down the tree at an even level, and then he built the treehouse right on top from the leftover wood. Camphor trees are an introduced species that have become a big pest in this area, taking over much of the native vegetation. Slowly we were working to get rid of each camphor on this land so that the native vegetation can thrive, and we can regenerate their ecosystems back to how it once was. A beautiful composition of rainforest plants, hoop pines, gum trees, tree ferns, and palms. The sheep and goats help us so much with this project. They eat weeds like camphor laurel trees and make room for natives to grow back.
Hey Moth! Hello! Moth! Hello!
We are so excited to keep working on regenerating the land, creating a sanctuary for our native wildlife. We have already seen koalas returning and see these beautiful changes beginning to happen. This is a young hoop pine growing by the water, surrounded by native species. Julia is dusting out the old treehouse and cleaning up. This old light doesn't work anymore. The treehouse fits a doll bed perfectly, and it's honestly the most calming place to sleep in the world, surrounded by frog calls and looking on the water. Now we will clean up the big cabin. It is very much a part of the outdoors, so it gets a little dirty, but it doesn't take much to get it to the coziest place ever. I'm cleaning out the loft upstairs. This is honestly the best place to sleep. In the morning, the ripples and reflections from the lake bounce up onto the ceiling. It's so special. Although, sometimes when you're sleeping, a big python from the rafters will slither across the bed. Let's hope that doesn't happen again tonight. Now it's time to relax and go collect the little duckies. I'm making some firewood from leftover scraps of the gates we made. This is definitely not the safest method of breaking wood. One thing about cooking and making your own hot water on a fire is that collecting enough firewood to have it running the whole time is a big job. If you want to use a good hardwood, which burns the hottest and longest, you have to collect it and let it dry and cure for a few years before burning it. We collect all our own firewood, so this is always a huge job. Julia is filling up some water from the dam so that she can heat it on the fire and have a hot bath later. The sheep are grazing over the other side of the water. While we settle in, I cuddle ducks, and the sun begins to set. Some potatoes cooked in the coals for dinner.
Oh, my big sweetie.
And now time to relax in a bath as the frogs and crickets begin to call. We put this hot water system here and ran the copper pipe through the coals of the fire. The hot water rises to the tank and the cold water drops to be heated in the fire, creating a circle of heating water. Julie is checking the pipe to see if the hot water is going into the tank while the cold water is coming out to the fire.